This week on the Spotlight, Jimmy Butler. He's one of the main men of the Bulls. He's playing real good. And then we flash back to Ozzie Guillen. Look at how young he looks in the 90s. He was a very good player, if you didn't know. Then we flash back to Barry Minter. He was a very good Bear on defense. And then we flash back to Luol Deng with the Bulls. This week, check out my website, benkowski.com, for my weekly article and up-to-the-minute trivia sites. Welcome to the Perfect Pitch Auto Repair Sports Spotlight. They do it all at 108th and Kedzie. Flowers for every imaginable occasion at Lansing Floral Shop. Call them at 708-474-1212. They deliver. You've got to get to Sheffield's. My trivia game Wednesday, December 14th, 7:30 p.m. It's in Dyer. You got to get there. Great food, great drink, great people, and a fun game. I'll see you at Sheffield's. Family Dentist. Lawrence Ferlin. E is the dentist. 109th and Kedzie. Crowns, veneers, cleanings, and more. With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. You've got to get to Dr. Sherman Clay, chiropractor. Gentle adjusting. Most insurance accepted. Massage therapy, too. Walk-ins are welcome. Call 773-324-4325. That's HEAL. Dr. Sherman Clay. You've got to get to Snappers Seafood and Chicken, new to Chicagoland from Florida. Tilapia, perch, catfish, shrimp, conch from the Miami Connection, crab, Philly steak, grilled food, and much more at 115th and Western. See you at Snappers. You've got to get to Shelton Fireworks, the world's largest warehouse, off Interstate 94, exit 22B in Porter, Indiana. Row after row of the best fireworks anywhere, from the little ones to the grand finales that'll end your show. Birthdays, anniversaries, graduations, in addition to the 4th of July. Just get over there to Shelton Fireworks now. Then you can reload by the time summer comes. Shelton Fireworks, I-94, exit 22B in Portage. We're back on the Spotlight, and of course the Bulls are traveling. But we're going to talk to Jimmy Butler from a game when the Bulls were doing everything right. And it was a big 30-plus point blowout of Orlando. Jimmy's talking about the team and new faces and consistency and the goals of this club and getting straightened out. And so without any further ado, here is Jimmy Butler with some thoughts about the Bulls for 2016-17, early on, trying to get things on the right track.
We can score the ball decently well, but whenever we're guarding, we make the game easier for ourselves.
You guys look more active tonight than you were in the last couple of games. Did you feel it?
It looks that way as well whenever you're winning by a large amount. It's always fun to win, so I think that definitely plays a part. But we want to continue playing basketball like that. I think, the ball is moving, and then we started guarding. We didn't guard a soul in the first, 4-6 minutes, something like that. But after that, we started to do our job.
Jimmy, you've been in this game long enough now. Does it ever amaze you one game to the next? Last game, not very good. Tonight, really good after the first few minutes.
It never amazes me because this is the NBA. At any given night, a team could be making any and every shot. And then on one night, you're playing defense the right way and get stops. Like we say in this league, good offense is going to be good defense every time. But I think as long as we're doing what we're supposed to do, majority of the nights, we'll be fine.
Would this be the kind of game that if you could bottle it up and play it almost every time, would this be the kind of game you'd like?
Yeah, definitely. I think we came out, we protected our home floor. That's all we talked about. You don't want to lose in the United Center. We can't allow that. But we came out and we played hard after those first 6 minutes.
Jimmy, after the other day, after the Indiana game, you challenged yourself the way you played. How had to come out. What did you try to do in this game?
Just be aggressive, attacking the rim, get to the free throw line, do it early and often. And my teammates, especially D. Wade and Rondo, stayed on me about that, being a force that I am from start to finish.
So, Jimmy, I'm not going to jinx you, but you went 10 for 10 at the line tonight. You're 43 of your last 45 from the foul line. Do you take, as far as pregame activity, how many free throws do you take prior to a game, or did you work on that in the offseason? Because you were a good free throw shooter to begin with. But, I mean, can you talk about that aspect of your game?
I actually didn't shoot any free throws before the game today. Don't ask me why, but I decided to run 2 miles before the game. Terrible idea, by the way. Don't do that. But I don't know.
Why did you, by the way?
I was doing too much thinking. So I was just like, yo, let's just go run. Let's just listen to some country music and go run. So it worked.
What was the wake-up call at that timeout? When, you got that, you guys started fast offensively, but you're down 20-16 and made substitutions.
We've seen it the past 3 games. Us not playing defense and what happens whenever we don't do that. And I think everybody's just like, look, we don't want to keep this streak going. Start getting some stops. We're scoring the ball just fine. Let's get some stops, and then we did that and pulled away.
What motivated you, the starting group, which you had pointed out had trouble coming out sometimes?
Just the will to win. We know we have to guard if we want to win games, if we want to win in the playoffs. But I think right now we got to take it every day at a time. So every day we got to guard. Tomorrow in practice, we got to guard each other.
How much of this is a lot of new people, and how much of it is just good communication and effort?
I don't think it really matters if it's a lot of new people or not. I don't think anybody cares. We're just supposed to win games. We've been around each other long enough. It's coming slowly but surely, so just got to keep moving in the right direction.
Were you surprised, Jimmy, after all the talking about it, the last couple of games you guys came out defensively flat when you sort of talked about, hey, we've really got to get into them to start?
Yeah, we picked it up in that timeout, in that huddle. We knew what we were doing, what we were supposed to do as well, and it's better late than never. Now we just want to do it from the jump.
Was something said, or anything particular?
Yeah. I mean, in this league, there's not too much to say. I think everything is obvious for the most part. If somebody scored 20 points in like 5 and something minutes and some seconds, it's not a good thing. So, you don't got to say too much. You go out there and do your job.
But on the other hand, in the second half, I think you held them to 20 points in the first 10 minutes. It was an intensive job of keeping them down for more than a quarter and a half.
I think that's the goal we want to set. When you got a team down, you don't want to let them get back into it. You want to keep them down. You want to end the game early, and that's what we tried to do. That's what we accomplished tonight. We got another one coming up on Wednesday, so we got to prepare for that one.
Jimmy, is the offensive success as simple as sharing the ball? Like, is that really it? When you do it well, you guys play well, and when you don't, you don't.
It's a lot of sharing the ball, being in the right place, knowing the plays. Sip messed up on 16 plays tonight, and I was counting each and every one of them. He needs to get in his playbook, Isaiah Cannon. But I just think whenever you're out there and you're wanting to do right, you always end up in the right.
You've got to get to Lansing Floral Shop. Open at 8 a.m. daily. Besides a great array of live flowers, they have custom silks, Bridgewater candles. They want you to plan your parties early at a wide delivery area. They're located at 3420 Ridge Road in Lansing, or you can call 708-474-1212. Weddings, funerals, birthdays, anniversaries, and guys, try the No Reason flower. Believe me, it works. Lansing Floral Shop. Give them a call, 708-474-1212. Kim G. Sherman, psychotherapist, Des Plaines Wellness Center. Therapy for individuals, couples, families. Call 847-962-4849. I've known Kim for over 20 years. She is a true professional, and she will help you. Give her a call. Family Dentist, Lawrence Ferland DDS, 109th and Kedzie, crowns, veneers, cleanings, improving your smile. They do a great job. Call 773-233-7044. Excellent work, impeccable. Call the Family Dentist, 773-233-7044. They did a great job for me, and they'll do a great job for you. You've got to get to Shelton Fireworks, the world's largest warehouse. off Interstate 94, exit 22B in Porter, Indiana. Row after row of the best fireworks anywhere, from the little ones to the grand finales that'll end your show. Birthdays, anniversaries, graduations, in addition to the 4th of July. Just get over there to Shelton Fireworks now. Then you can reload by the time summer comes. Shelton Fireworks, I-94, exit 22B in Portage. We're back on the Spotlight, and I'll remind you that coming up next week, our White Sox segment will be brought to you by Punchinello's on 31st Street, just north of the ballpark. We're talking with Ozzie Guillen, who is definitely the king of energy and the leader here on the White Sox, and trying to get a feeling for the 94 club. You went into it this year with a lot of people with high expectations about your team, and it was different than other seasons with a little bit of extra added pressure.
I think so. I think it's nice to have that pressure. I think when you start the season, everybody expects you to do good, and even the players expect to do good and expect to win. I think it's the greatest feeling you can ever have. In the past, we just come here and say, just go play another year, and we know we don't have a chance to win, but now we know we can win, and it's a great feeling.
As one of the guys who's been here from the beginning of this whole new assembly of players, what have you seen? What has impressed you about the way this team was put together? You know, in getting your hitting and getting your pitching staff put together. What has been the real key for you?
Well, I think the scout reporters do a great job with the White Sox over the last 3 or 4 years when they pick Alex Fernandez and Jack McDowell, Robert Ventura, and Frank Thomas, and those guys already in the big league. I think the key, the White Sox right now, they pick a good pitching staff and they pick a great defensive team. I think with Lance, Robin, myself, Joey, Carco, I think we have a good enough defense, and I think with pitching and defense, you have a lot of chance to win games.
Early this year, people have been whacking the ball. I mean, you've been off to a fine offensive start. Is that what you expected to happen? I mean, usually they say pitchers dominate early.
Well, I don't expect we ought to hit so many home runs like we did right now. I think it kind of surprised the way we hit the ball at the ballpark right now. But I don't have surprised the way we're going to hit. I think we have a great offensive team, especially with Julio Franco in the lineup. It makes the string a lot better. And you guys like Tim Raines, Ventura, Frank, Julio, and you expect your team to score a lot of runs. But what surprised me was the home run contest. We've been hitting home run a lot in the beginning of the season. Hopefully we can keep it up all through the year.
Somebody said, and I think it was Frank, that this is a happier clubhouse this year. Some people are gone that led to, at times, an unhappy clubhouse last year. What was he talking about?
I realized this happy clubhouse before we went spring training. Michael was there. I think it was a lot of fun having Michael there. He's a friendly guy. He have fun. He like to have fun with the players, and he never be around there. Now we come to the clubhouse. We got Julio Franco and
yourself,
Jackson, and no, I always have fun. But Jackson, I think between Franco and George Bell is a different between last year and this year. Then last year is a lot of guys be upset about it, and a lot of people be talking about it. But right now, we're just like a family. You just go and play, have fun on the field, and have fun off the field.
How long did it take you guys to get used to Gene Lamont?
Well, it's easier to the player get used to Gene Lamont. Gene Lamont get used to 25 players. It's a 25 different thought. I think Gene is easy to go. I think Gene just not expect to do too much. You just go out and play hard. Be prepared yourself to win every game. Don't show up one day to win, the next day, whatever happened. I think Gene he handled the players real good. Players like it. Manager's job is pretty tough. I think there's a lot of players like it. Of course, maybe a couple players don't like it, but that's the way it is in baseball. He can make 25 guys happy. But I think Gino's handling himself pretty good. He got a great coaching staff, and hopefully they keep him for a little while here.
The big commercial that you guys are running this year on television says, and radio too, I guess, it talks about teams that were close to a championship and got knocked out of the playoffs and then won the next year. How much does it drive you that the Blue Jays beat you when you guys probably thought you were a better team?
Well, I never thought we got a better team. The only thing about Blue Jays, I thought we got a better pitching staff. And Blue Jays made by men. They, they have a great lineup. But when I hear that, just take it one day at a time. We know what we have to do to win, and we know we can win. And we believe we can win. That's all it takes to win. And hopefully we put all the 10 together. Everybody stay healthy. And if we stay healthy, we should be in the hunt. We should be there.
Personally, to wrap up, what are your goals? Obviously, you want to get back to first place. But what would you like to accomplish, either defensively or at the plate, that will mean it's an excellent year for Ozzie Guillen?
I just want to show up every day and play. Last year I cut down because I got a bruised ankle and it not let me play for all year. My knee's in good shape. And the longer I play, I know I can put the numbers. The longer I play, I know the team is going to be better defensively and offensively. And I never put goals in my mind. Just go there and win the games. Hopefully be in the playoff again. Maybe 145 games? Would you be happy with that? I'm happy going 150. Who knows? I don't make the lineup. No matter how many I play, I got to still get paid. But no, just kidding. But I want to play the longest I could. Hopefully I can play more 150 games. That's a cool goal. Well, you'll be watching for this man as pretty much the emotional leader and the guy who will call the White Sox aside if anything starts to go bad.
With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. Go play at Red Shoes Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski in Alton, featuring 16 Brunswick Gold Crown pool tables, drop fluorescent lighting fixtures, and a fabulous grade of cloth. Call 708-388-3700. And now video gaming is available at Red Shoes from open till close. And don't forget the Illinois Lottery too. That's Red Shoe Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski. You've got to get to the Sock Live Minkowski Trivia, alternate Thursdays at 8 p.m. 93rd and Roberts Road. Great game, great people. Check out the Sock. I think you'll be glad you did when you go to my trivia game every other Thursday. 8 p.m., 93rd and Roberts Road. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie does tune-ups, transmission, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes, and emission system repair. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., and they've done a great job for me. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie. You've got to get to Papa Joe's new location, 5900 West 111th Street. Italian beef, tetrazzini, great pizza, Parmesan, ravioli, and more. All my classic choices. New location, and they can still deliver into the city. Get to Papa Joe's.
We're back in the spotlight at Paterno's, 5303 North Milwaukee. All roads lead here, including Foster, Milwaukee, Central. You can come off the Edens. You can come off the Kennedy. You can take a lot of different ways up here, but the point is get here, try the pizza, try the beef sandwiches, a wide array of things on the menu, and of course our trivia game is one of the highlights of Alternate Wednesdays. We're talking with one of the big-time players of WTO. Tell the folks at home your name.
Tom Morris.
And Mr. Morris, tell the folks your favorite category, the one that you play your best on when we do our quiz game.
Old Sox.
Okay. Now, we are on the north side, yet you seem to enjoy the Sox. Did you ever live on the south side, and how did you become a Sox fan?
I never lived on the south side. I'm a contrary person, and I always hated the Cubs from the first game I ever saw.
Okay, and tell the folks at home some of your favorite Sox players from yesteryear.
Joe Kuehl, Guy Curtright, Rick Radcliffe, Ted Lyons,
Luke Appling?
Luke Appling, but he wasn't a very good fielder. Floyd Baker, the bladder at third base, was always good. In '59, when they won, they had Jim Rivera, Jim Landis, and Al Smith in the outfield. They had a pretty good infield. I can't remember their Ted Kluszewski. they were a little weak on pitching, or else they would have beaten the Dodgers.
Well, that's great recollections and great synopsis, and that's why his team's always in the hunt here. If you have somebody that knows the Bulls or some baseball or football or maybe movies, music, Chicago streets, get them out here and compete in our every other week contest on Wednesdays. Right now, it's back to sports coverage.
Well, you definitely want to finish strong. You know, definitely at this point, I mean, like I said, we have 3 games left. We want to win out, and we got to go and practice. Like, you know, we can't just go in and say, you know, throw in the towel. We still got 3 games to play, and you know, we got to go out and try to win those 3.
The quarterback, I know, is something that you could use for an excuse, but the rotating back and forth, any problem at all with that?
Well, I mean, I don't look at it as an excuse. I mean, we got to go out there and play regardless of who's out there at quarterback or who's at receiver or who's at wherever. You know, we still got a game to play, and I think this whole team has enough confidence in everybody that it doesn't matter who's in the game. We all got to go out and do our jobs.
Did the weather conditions take you out of what you guys want to do at all?
Not for me. I mean, I've played in it a couple of times, so it's, you know, it's just some conditions. They got to play in it too, so you can't use no excuses, especially when it comes to anything outside of, you know, what was going on the field. They had to play in the same weather we had to play in.
Curtis, is the next 3 games going to be an experiment, or should it be?
I'm going into it like I go into every game, wanting to win, preparing myself to go out and do the best job I can on Sunday. And, I mean, that's all I can really say about it.
How disappointing? Obviously, you know, there's hopes, you know, in winning this game and maybe finishing off. I mean, your thoughts on that at this point?
Me personally, I don't get hung up on losses and wins and stuff. I like playing football. I love this game. I love playing the game, and all I do is just go out and give 110% and do the best I can, try to do my job, and hopefully we'll come out with a win. So, I mean, like I said, I mean, at this point, I'm not going to prepare any differently. I mean, I want to win these last 3 games just like I wanted to win every game we played in, and I'm going to prepare that way.
Defensive signal caller Barry Minter made a great play early, but his team's defense cracked under the Favre pressure.
Wins. That, you know, that's what the game is about, is win. Compete and win. So that's what I'm trying to accomplish.
After ending a losing streak up there, does this do anything to change your opinion as far as the gap between the Bears and the Packers? Do you think you guys are on an equal footing with these guys, or what's your opinion of that?
I'm just waiting to see them again next year if I'm here. Let me get out.
And even if I did, I would have got, at that specific moment in time, I would have got labeled. So my fault.
You were trying to punt, and then you thought, but you already dropped the ball.
Right. Now, when I did regain control of it, I went to drop it, and it kind of like slipped out of my hands, took off on me, and then I went to go scoop it off the ground, and that was it.
Yeah, and that's an empty feeling.
You've got to get the Jacks. 3325 Ridge Road in Lansing. Trivia every Tuesday at 7 p.m. A very intense competitive game. Any of half a dozen teams can win. My game show at Oliver's gets better and better at 6100 West 159th Street in Oak Forest. Live trivia alternate Thursdays at 7 p.m. Have great food, great drink, and great trivia at Oliver's. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie is great. Tune-ups, transmissions, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. They do a great job for me, and they'll do a great job for you. They're quick, and they don't charge an arm and a leg. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair, 108th and Kedzie. Trivia will be at the Sock. Alternate Thursdays at 8 p.m. 93rd and Roberts Road. Great food, great drink, great people. Everything great. You've got to get the Del Sur Mexican restaurant open for lunch and dinner daily. Shrimp, tilapia, salmon, steak, chicken dishes, you name it. It's all there at 46th and Halsted. Great stuff at Del Sur Mexican restaurant. Reggie's is a great place with tons of music, interesting people and staff, great food and drink at 21st and State. And amongst the cool things they have, Benkowski Trivia. All shows are now Monday at 6 p.m. Reggie's, 21st and State, a fun place.
19-year-old Luol Deng says the key to the season will be how hard everyone's willing to work. Tell a little bit about how your college preparation has helped you for this level of basketball.
I mean, I think it helped me a lot. I remember in high school I just played and just we ain't spend as much time preparing for the game as we did in college. And I think just being coming from Duke, I think we were taught a game of basketball. We didn't just play it, and I learned a lot just in that 1 year, just how to prepare myself in games and how to get ready for different teams.
Tell our audience a little bit about your early basketball days, pre-high school and then high school, and how you came to be at this stage.
I mean, I'm originally from Sudan, but I grew up in London, so I was playing basketball in London. And at the age of 14, I came to high school in New Jersey. And I was very lucky. I was in a great high school with a great coach, and they prepared me real well. And I was one of the best high school players, or regarded as one of the best, and I ended up going to Duke University, and and I played 1 year for Duke, and I was drafted last year. But it's just been an exciting journey for me. I've been very lucky to run into such great coaches that taught me the game of basketball.
They say that we benefit from being in different places and learning different cultures and styles. How old were you when you left Sudan, and you know, what were your ages when you made your various moves?
Yeah, I mean, I left Sudan when I was about 4 years old, and actually been around a couple of countries. I stopped in Egypt first, and I lived there for 3 years, and then I moved to England, and from England to Jersey, to Carolina, then to Chicago. But I think all that just helped me really mature a lot earlier, because first it started with just learning the language. I didn't know English, so I had to basically listen and learn how to do things, and I think that helped me mature a lot, and a lot faster at such a young age, and so far it's been paying off for me.
What are the biggest assets you bring to this club? What are the coaches telling you that they want to see the most out of you?
I think, every coach always wants, the one thing that coach wants from their players, hard work. I mean, you got to be skilled enough to be in this league, and I think everybody in this league got to realize that once they get here, it's really about hard work. The coaches know what you could do, and that's why you're here. And I think one thing that I really focus on is how hard I come out and play every game, and just try to play every game like it's my last, and just make my coaches proud out there. Even if I'm not making shots, I know I'm playing hard and I'm trying to stop my opponent.
Do you consider yourself a better than average rebounder and a better than average defender?
I try to be. I mean, I'm still learning in this game. I'm playing a lot more in the perimeter now. So every game I'm just trying to get better and try to learn from it, especially defensively. You're guarding great players who know how to score, so you got to find different ways to stop them. And rebounding the ball is really positioning and stuff on the court, so I'm really trying to learn all that.
In the preseason, who has been your biggest challenge to stop when you're covering them defensively?
This week's show is brought to you by the Perfect Pitch Auto Repair Shop at 108th and Kedzie. Get all your car work done there, like me. The Lansing Floral Shop is the place to go for all your floral needs. Call 708-474-1212.
Huck Finn, a great wide-ranging menu, along with donuts and ice cream. Open 24 hours at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 100.
Imprint Graphics, leaders in booklet, perfect bound saddle stitch. Very competitive pricing, 708-396-1010.